Alright, you guys, so today we'll be playing B.Y.O.B by System of a Down. So first of all, drop C sharp tuning, which is a half step down from your standard tuning and a step down further on the 6th string, so the notes are D sharp, A sharp, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and C sharp, okay? I know some people prefer the flats, I prefer the sharps because, I don't know, I'm fucking stupid or something. So let's take a look at the intro first, and disclaimer, this is going to be a long one, so bear with me. And hopefully I won't mess it up in the process. So let's take a look at the intro first. Something like that. So what's going on here is we're playing only in the 4th string, which is C sharp, right? And what we want to do is, first of all, get the staccato properly. Alright? You want your wrist and your grip, your pick grip, to be relaxed. You don't want to add any tension that makes your pick get stuck, and you want to get up to speed, alright? Just in one single, motion. Or, well, not really single motion, but basically consistent motion. That's what I wanted to say. And then basically what's going on is we're starting here in this G sharp 7th fret. What we're doing is picking and pulling off, so remember always to pull off. Anyways, okay. And then what we're doing is we're adding 6 times C sharp. Alright? Then what we do is, I want to mention, we're going to split this thing in 2 parts. The first part, which is this one, and then the second part, let's call it arrangement. It's not a riff really, which is basically what we want to do is I want to play the structure of this whole intro, because the first part is a mixture of this first one and the second one, which is again G sharp pulling off to C sharp and then picking C sharp. Okay, then we move to A, pulling off to C sharp, picking C sharp again, and then going back to G sharp, pulling off to C sharp, and that's it. So alright, so those are the 2 halves of this whole intro. The first part of the intro is a mixture again of first part, second part, first part, second part, first part, second part. Alright, so basically 3 times. So alright, and then the second half of the intro, we only repeat the second arrangement 6 times. So alright, and that's it. That's the whole intro. So then we get to the main riff. Do remember that it closes on. Alright? Then we get to the main riff, which goes a little something like this. A little delay from the DSP. I'm trying to get it fixed, so I'm sorry if it sounds slightly sloppy. I'm a little bit off time and I can't really hear what's going on in the DSP. Anyways, so that's the intro, and now we'll take it slow. So what's going on here is same deal, but now we're playing in the 6th string, alright, which is again C sharp. And in this case, what we do is we start in C sharp, and then we go again to G sharp, same fret, but in this string, pull off, and add C sharp. So basically we're keeping that structure of pick, pull off, pick, alright? Adding the C sharp first. A, G sharp, A, G sharp. Alright, so alright. starting. Alright, so again G sharp, A sharp. So this first part is separated in two parts. So alright, so there's a little accent there. G sharp, A, alright. And then what we do is play three power chords, which are D sharp, E, and F sharp. So basically 5th and 4th string, 7th and 9th fret, 8th and 10th fret, and 10th and 12th fret. Alright? So the whole thing slowly. Okay, and then for the second half, we do the same chords but backwards. So basically F sharp, E, and D sharp. Right? Repeat that whole thing twice, and that's pretty much the main riff. Let's call it main riff, whatever. Then we get to the verse riff, which goes a little something like this. Do keep this in mind. There's two variations of the verse riff. The first verse has this variation, the first one, and the second and third verse, which goes after the bridge, they share the same variation. I'll play just one. I'll play the first variation, and what you want to do is for the second and third verse, you inverse the structure of it. I'll explain it in depth in a second. So basically, let's take a look at the verse first. So that's the whole verse, the first verse at least. What's going on is, again, same deal, same notes for the most part, G sharp and A, alright? Palm muted and heavily staccato-ish, I don't know. So basically the structure is you pick and then you pick alternating between G sharp and A, okay? But we're adding C sharp twice in between, all right? Always with palm mute. So ending the first part in G sharp. All right, and then we play E power chord. Repeat. Twice, basically. In this case, for the first verse, and then we play F sharp, E, D sharp. So again, slowly. Alright, so basically, do keep in mind what we're doing is repeating the same structure 3 times. When we go to a D, and we're alternating the closings between E and F sharp, E, D sharp. So those are the slight variations in there, well, not variations, like whatever. And we're doing the alternating G sharp and A. When we play basically the E power chord, we close in G sharp. And when we close with the descending power chords, we just close it after the A, okay? A and twice C sharp, okay? So that's the structure. And now you want to repeat that. For the first verse, you repeat 3 times the first part. You do that 3 times before the E. And then you do the second one twice, basically, and then you do the descending one. And that whole thing, okay, is only the beginning for the first verse, basically. You do that twice for the first verse. And then for the second half of the first verse, you change the times that you play that basically to 7 and 6 times, respectively. Hopefully that makes sense. So basically, the second half is. As you can see, it's longer and continuous. That's 7 times, and now 6 times. Something like that. I kind of messed up the final one, but that's the second half. And again, it's longer. It's the ending of the second half of the first verse. In this case, the first 2 are shorter, and the first 4 are shorter, and the second half is longer. If that makes any sense, you know the song, so you know what I'm talking about. So basically, that's the first verse, and the second and third verse, the long part goes first, and the short part goes after. So basically, this is the second and third verse. And why am I cutting it short and not playing the last one? Is because that riff is the pre-chorus, alright? So hopefully that makes sense. The first verse plays the short parts, which is 3 and 2 times twice, and then 7 and 6 times at the end. And the second and third verse plays the long parts, so 7 and 6 first, and then twice the 3 and 2s, okay? Good luck with that. Now let's take a look at the pre-chorus riff, which goes a little bit something like this. Alright, so that's a fucking sweet riff. Anyways, what's going on here is we're playing the same chords for the most part. So we've got our F sharp here, 5th fret of the 5th and 6th string, open, palm mute, then D sharp, E, open, and then we do D sharp, E, D sharp, palm muted. Alright, so, and then open, C sharp. Alright, so, and then we do the following arrangement, which is, alright, so C sharp, D sharp, E, F, sharp. So you go up, and then you go down to D sharp. Alright, so E, D sharp, C sharp, D sharp, C sharp again. Alright? Hopefully it's making sense. And then we go to B, in this case, power chord, 5th and 4th string, 3rd and 5th fret respectively. Open twice. Alright, and then we do this little arrangement, which is, alright, so basically we palm mute the 5th string open, G sharp, B, 3rd fret, C sharp, 5th fret, and then Darren plays it this way. You can play it however you want, you prefer, but basically he's picking this E in the 4th string, 3rd fret, slide down to D sharp, 7th fret, and pulling off to C sharp. Alright, you can do it however you want. I know Darren does this. Okay? Hell, fucking Shava does. But anyways, you can do this. Whatever you prefer. Anyways. So that little arrangement. return to E, D sharp, C sharp twice, the first two being palm muted and the C sharp open, and then the final arrangement, which is, so basically C sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A, back to G sharp, back to F sharp, E, F sharp, E, and the D sharp power chord open in this case, and closing basically with this B being bent 3 times. Okay, so again slowly the whole thing. Alright. Okay, cool. Give me 1 sec to catch my breath. Let's get to the chorus. So the chorus is pretty simple. It goes a little bit like this. I'll show you the studio version and live versions, all right? At least as many as I can remember, because he's done whatever the fuck he wants, as usual. So the chorus in studio goes something like this. That's the first chorus, which is shorter, okay? He only plays that twice, and there's a variation for the second and third chorus, which I'll explain later. But let's take a look at these notes first. So basically it's just 2 power chords, C sharp, all right, and the V, all right? So the rhythm to it is basically 3 times first, all right, then once, and then twice. All right, so again, that's it, sorry. All right, and then move to B. All right, and then back to C sharp. But in this case, we only do the 3 and 1. And then repeat the final arrangement of the pre-chorus. Now, the bend for the V changes depending on if it's closing is the last bend or just any other bend. So the last bend is just once. He closes each chorus with that one, but the other ones are always 3 times. Alright? So what you want to know here is there's pinch harmonics in the first verse, the first and only 3-time verse, three-time bend of the chorus. Alright? Only one guitar does that and the other one just plays the bend. Right? But there's a pinch harmonic. In the second one, there's no pinch harmonics at all. And the third chorus is the last bend, because the third chorus gets caught, as you might know, with another riff by the end. He does not close it with. Instead, he gets cut short after the. Alright, so anyways, we'll get there. So there's a pinch harmonic in the last one, so do keep that in mind if you want to be super I'm not sure what the word is, but you know what I mean. If you want to play it as the studio version, the pinch harmonic is the last one in the third verse. Okay, And I think I'm not forgetting anything for this shit. So let's take a look at the live versions now, which are simpler, but this song in particular, Darren plays it way different in some parts than in the studio version. You'll see in a second what I mean. For this chorus, as you may know, live he plays it as ska sometimes, and sometimes he just plays the arpeggio. So the ska version is C sharp minor. You should know your chords now is basically your A minor shape with a bar in the 5th fret. So basically fifth bar in the 5th fret, and basically 7, 7, and 6. And he does it ska. Alright? And then he plays B major, again, major shape, with a bar in the 3rd fret. So 3, 5, 5, 5. Alright, and return to C. Alright, that's one variation, and sometimes I've seen him play the arpeggio, just letting the notes ring. I've even seen him not playing the arrangement, this one, and instead just play the ska version. Sorry, that. If that makes any sense. So you can do whatever you want. I've even seen him once play the very sloppy, trying to do basically, but he did something else, but it was fun. So you can play around as you want, but those are all the variations that I can think of right now. So that being said, we'll move on to the bridge, which is the most problematic part. The problem here is Darren does not, I'm pretty sure he does not play the fucking first riff in particular, the only riff actually, the first riff of the bridge. He's not playing it as the studio. And if you play the isolated tracks of the guitar and bass, you'll see they are not really playing the same thing. They're kind of playing the same thing. Darren recorded the bass, so for some reason he did something different. And you might argue that I'm wrong right now. I'm going to play the riff as I'm pretty sure it's how he played it in the studio version for guitar, and then I'll show you what the bass is doing and what he plays live. It's the fast riff, so hopefully I'll be able to remember it, because as you might see, I'm doing this in one take and my memory runs low on fucking all this shit, so here goes nothing. Alright, I think I kinda nailed it, so that's what I'm pretty sure he's doing. So we'll take a look at that first, and then we'll see the live variation and what the bass is doing, alright? So, F sharp power chord, slide to G sharp, 6 times, G sharp, then we're doing B, pulling off to G sharp, A, pulling off to J sharp. After the pull off, you pick once, and then I'm pretty sure it's fucking messy as shit in the mix, but I'm pretty sure you can hear this. Alright, so what he's doing, which kind of makes sense because he keeps the trend of pulling off. Right? And what's going on here is basically, again, F sharp to G sharp, but not with a slide, but instead you hammer on and then slide to reset, or basically you don't slide, it resets, if that makes any sense. So basically, alright, that's what I'm pretty sure is being played on the studio version for guitar. But live, he plays something else, because obviously you have to sing on top of that shit and it might get kind of messy. Same thing for the chorus, which is pretty, you know, on time. And you can really do the melody if you're very stuck on that time. So the live version and bass does the following. Sorry, I'm playing the other one. Anyways, again. Anyways, you get the gist of it. Instead of doing it, he's just playing twice, adding a little intention of it. And actually, that's the bass. On live, they kind of add a pause there. So. Alright, so that's the live version and kind of the bass version. So instead of play whatever you want. Let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that the first one that I showed you is the real deal. Then we got the second riff, which has two variations. The first one is very punk, like hardcore punk. Basically, it's something like this. Alright, so basically we're playing C-sharp chord, 5th and 7th fret of the 5th and 4th string, and played once, and then 6 times. And then A chord, same deal, and then it closes with, alright? So basically, we're playing the same finger structure of the intro and the main riff, but in this case we're playing it in the G sharp string, 5th string, sorry, and doing the same thing, but in this case the notes are different. It's D sharp, E, and D sharp. Alright, pulling off, pick, pulling off, pick, pulling off. Alright, so again slowly. Sorry, I forgot to mention the first one is as the intro, so D sharp pull off 6 times and resetting. Alright, so yeah, that's the first variation of that riff, and then the second one, it's kind of more open, less hardcore punk. So instead of playing 6 times the C sharp in A, we're just playing it 4 times. So alright, and basically for the closing of the bridge, when you know the why do they always end up repeating, it's basically 4 times and just closes on G sharp. Okay, then returns to the verse, which again I'll play it now in its entirety and hopefully I won't fuck it up. So right? So that return to the chorus, and as you might know, the chorus gets cut short. So I'll play the final chorus now, which is and then, as you may see, it goes into, as you may know, obviously, goes into that punk riff. All right. Then, as you all know, it basically goes again back to the why do they always send a port, and there's a huge slide which starts here in 19th fret, which is again G sharp. Right. So just to give it more context. All right. All right, and then just slide down while you pick. All right, and then just return to that riff. All right, and you play that 8 times, and the song ends on D sharp. And that's B.Y.O.B for you guys. It was a long one, so thanks for watching. Happy New Year. It's January 2 here. I wanted to do... what the fuck is that? Anyways, I wanted to do this yesterday, but obviously I was shit-faced. So, yeah. See you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. And again, have a great new year. And I don't know. Let me know if I fucked too much up in this video. And see you next time.